So we're dealing with more and more problems in the world that we live in, and technology is a fantastic platform to provide solutions to those problems. However, if we have the same types of people coming up with the same types of solutions, do we ever actually really deal with the problems that are truly at hand? We personally think that you need a far more diverse workplace to come up with far more diverse solutions to the problems that we have right now. And so with the way the world is changing and the way the world is becoming a much smaller place, we need to provide far more opportunity for people to come and tackle ideas from different backgrounds. So we have tried to come at diversity and inclusion from a slightly different angle, and for us it's around being transparent with what we do. Everything from having transparency around our salary brackets to having a far more transparent recruitment process for our team. We brought our team in to spend half a day with us to get to know us as individuals and the business, and for them to really get a better feel for the business that they were ultimately going to join and come into. And I think that mindset is what we're currently passing down to startups, is for them to think about what's important to their business now and how their recruitment process reflects that moving forward in the future. So ultimately, salary transparency allows people to understand where they sit in relation to their peers, and to make sure that they are being paid the same to do the same job, no matter their background, ethnicity, or gender. So ultimately, I've been very lucky with my experience in the tech scene from day one. I feel that every opportunity that I've wanted has been open to me, and so, like I say, I've been very privileged. However, since starting my own business, that's where I've seen a real change, and I've seen how people haven't believed that it's my business, and now I have to justify that I am the owner of that business. And ultimately, this is what spurred me on with my work around inclusion and diversity, in helping other founders not have to justify what they're doing, but actually just focusing on the business that they're building. I think there are two real barriers to entry for anyone, not just ethnic minority, but gender, social background. Is one, the lack of role models. So all the big names and the famous faces that people know from tech are your middle-aged white men. And ultimately, how can you spur the next generation of children on if all they see is the middle-aged white man? And secondly, I also think it's massively down to the spread of opportunity. Ultimately, certain people have certain opportunities and have more opportunities than others. And so we need to look at the disparity in opportunity across the board, and hopefully then that will help address the issues around barriers. To not ever give up, to not take no for an answer. If you truly are passionate about something and truly believe in what you're trying to achieve, then you can do it ultimately. And the only person that can really say no is yourself. So just continue to fight for what you want to do and fight for what you want, and don't take no for an answer. So ultimately, it needs to be a conversation of inclusion rather than just about diversity as we've currently dealt with it. Everyone has to have a voice in the conversation, and everyone's voices need to come together in order to make a real difference. I appreciate that until everyone is equal in the workspace, you have to have platforms to really highlight the great work that certain individuals are doing. But ultimately, my aim is to have a conversation where we are not segregating women in tech or ethnic minorities in tech. We're discussing the tech industry as a whole.